Okay, we're rolling. You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk podcast hour.
Pillow Talk so live. Girl, hurry up. The show about to come on. Come on, dang.
Yo, what's up? We here up in the building. We is here up in the building.
We are here. Yes. Woo, woo.
Yes. And I know you see those bright lights. Those bright lights. It is there for a reason. The reason being is because we need bright lights. Is there any other reason?
Yes, I love the lighting.
Is it any other reason? You know what I'm saying? So, yo, we up in the building, man. We up in the building. Of course, we are the Dream Team.
Yes, Dream Team in the house.
Yes,
The
me and my
Dream
beautiful
Team
wife.
is in the house.
Yes.
Let me introduce to the left is us. It's my sister-in-law. This is my
Yes.
husband's sister.
Hey.
It's a family thing tonight.
Yes. It's a little family thing
Family
tonight.
thing
You know.
tonight, and we're going to talk about real life issues. Real life issues tonight. That's what we're
Yes.
talking about. Real life issues. What did I want to start off with as far as like real life issues?
What you got, baby? What you got?
I'm gonna go off of my post that I post today.
What you post? Because I was so busy doing all the setup to this lovely scenery, I didn't get a chance to really scope out Facebook like that. Was on there for like 10 minutes. Now, what you post?
Well, I was at work and then, on my downtime, whatever I was just posting, I was just thinking, and I do because I would just be hearing like around, hearing other people just talk about their relationship problems, when I be at work, so,
Yeah.
and stuff, and hearing about relationship problems and hear how, people go through things. People go through a lot of things. And one of the things is in relationships, a lot of people argue.
Right.
They
my God.
argue so much in a relationships. And over the years, I have learned, like, I never been one who likes to argue.
Right.
I don't like to argue, but I'm one who likes to get my point across. But it's a way how you say it and you do it to get your point across. You don't have to be like if you're in a relationship and you're a person and you communicate and you don't have to be yelling and screaming and because when you in a relationship and y'all supposed to be on the same page and y'all partners. That partners mean like a team.
Right. Of course.
So I just believe in like the communication. Like you can disagree because you're allowed to disagree because we're
Yeah.
two different people. We're human and we're two different people. So we can disagree. We're allowed to disagree. But I just think like that talking it out, that sit down talking and not arguing with your person. I mean,
Right.
you could probably have a fallout with somebody else, argue with somebody, or whatever. If that's how you want to choose to, get something across with another person. But when it's your person who is your person and y'all live together and,
Man.
it's like, just sit down and just talk. Just
Yes.
sit down and have good communication. And I mean, I had to learn that too. But now it just feels so much better in a relationship when you talk things out instead of yelling and arguing and being all frustrated. So
Right.
I just be hearing a lot of people, just talk about, always on the phone. I be hearing people, just, when I be at work or whatever, and they arguing with their spouse and, they can't get nothing across. I
Right.
remember one time I was like at work and I'm hearing this young girl, she's screaming at the top of her lungs
Going
at her
in.
going at it. Like, and it's like whoever was on the phone, it was her baby daddy. And I just felt like, how can y'all communicate? And even though she may have been right, because I was listening about what she was saying, he wasn't hearing nothing she was saying
Right.
because she was
she was
yelling.
yelling.
But if she
Right.
would have said it in a different tone and getting,
Yeah.
expressing herself in a better tone, he probably would have, got it. But you can tell he wasn't getting it because she was like, I'm hearing her and she's saying, you just don't understand. You just don't understand.
Right.
But in my mind, I'm sitting there looking like,
I don't
I wouldn't
understand.
understand either. All that yelling.
Yelling. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
that ain't how, and even if you're not even in a relationship with somebody, when you co-parenting, these younger kids, they think that's how they, co-parenting is communication, and that part too. You can't be arguing with your your
Significant other.
No, even
Yeah.
if they're not together, just say, a
Right.
couple, they're not
co-parenting
together
and
and they
boom, yeah.
co-parenting.
Yeah.
And you want to get something across to the other parent.
Yeah.
It, like talk it out.
Yeah.
Talk it out.
Right.
You don't have to argue because it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
Like, y'all ain't gonna be yelling and bickering at each other like, you this, you that, you don't do this, you
Yeah.
don't do that. I think it's ways that you can say, like, look, I've been having hard times. Is there a way, can you please step up
Yeah.
to the plate
Right.
in this area? I can
Right,
cover
right.
this area, but if you can cover this, because sometimes I be hearing too, these younger girls, they young, and then the guy's young, but they feel like it's all on that younger guy because he's the father, because
Right.
society made it seem like the father's supposed to take, but if the woman can really, communicate and talk it, I think these younger guys would step up more to the plate if these younger girls don't be bickering and screaming at them and yelling and demanding.
Right.
Demanding. That pushes them away. Like, it pushes them away, I think.
Yeah.
From them just arguing instead of just talking it out and just telling them, like, look, I'm covering this end. I'm full-time mom. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm bathing them. I'm taking them to school. I'm doing this. Just talk to them like, I really need for you to step up, even if it's just
Right.
financially.
Right.
I
Yeah.
need for you to step up financially, or I need for you to go get them on, the school bus today. I need you, just, talk it out, but yelling and bickering, and I don't think that's gonna get you can't get a point
Yeah.
across. So I just say, like, when you a partner in anything, whether you got together or none, you co-parenting or you in a relationship, and you, especially when you living with your partner and your spouse, that arguing,
Yeah.
that's
crazy.
It's
It got to be
crazy.
right or die. It's got to be right or die. I think part of the problem, when it comes, it's a couple of things that plays a component into this thing with people bumping heads. One thing I could say is that so many women out there, I think so many women have been hurt by so many men in the past that they're not willing to let those bags go, and they're carrying it on to the next relationship.
Right.
And so they already on defense mode, and they already on attack mode, and they're not willing to listen. I already know what you're gonna say. You ain't gonna tell me what.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? So they don't take the time to listen to get. And the second half to that is that couples or young couples, even older couples, they don't take the time to listen to one another. Like, you got to let a person talk and let them finish out the whole sentence before you make your point, or you try to jump in and say what you had to say. And you also have to take a seat back, and you can't always think that you're right about what you're saying. You have to be willing to take some constructive criticism. And once you do that, once you add those components and comparisons together, you will be in a much better place, I think. Yeah.
It's a lot. It has a lot to do with, I think, like, because we grew up in an era where we had to listen to our parents.
Right.
But in this era, these young women and young men, they're not getting the training at home that they really need. Like, if your parents don't show you love, you're not going to know how to love somebody else, because first thing first is you have to know how to love yourself.
Yes.
If you look in the mirror and say to yourself, self, I'm going to love me today. I'm not going to let things stress me out.
Right.
I'm not going to let things stress me out. You got to have, it all starts with, like, if you have a relationship with God, God will show you how to love. God will give you understanding, because a lot of times it's not what you say to a person, it's how you say it to a person. And
Right.
these young women today, all they know is, they don't understand how to, like, have that communication. Like, I can't talk at you. I have to talk to you. You know what I mean? That's where they get messed up at, because they don't have no adequacy about themselves. They don't have no type of knowing how to love somebody.
Right.
Okay, yeah, you have a baby by this guy, and he might have a baby by somebody else.
Yeah.
And then you mad at her because she got a baby by him, but you can't be mad. You can't argue with people all the time, because that's why so much shooting going on in the world, because people don't stop to think about what they're saying, because people feelings plays a big part in a lot of things in this world today. And when you're talking snatchy, at your baby daddy.
What's snatching?
I mean, what's snatching?
oh, you talking like snappy? Snappy?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, snappy.
If
Okay.
you're talking all snappy and your head rolling like a chicken and all of that, and you don't have no understanding, y'all not gonna be able to communicate. Just like Andrea said, hey, you have to learn how to talk with somebody so they can even understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
First of all, as soon as you walk in the door, I'm throwing stuff at you because I'm mad. Or I done had a bad dream that you with this person, so now we arguing. That's not love. But then that's how some of these young girls, that's what they like.
Yeah.
They love it when they boyfriend or they old man hit on them and all that stuff because they think that's love.
I was about
That's
to say
not
that.
love.
Yeah, they think it's love, but it's not.
It's not. So, in order to have an understanding, you have to be able to listen.
Yeah.
You got to be able to listen. You can't lead if you can't listen.
Yes, exactly.
And you can't learn a darn thing if you don't listen.
Exactly.
So, that's where I'm at with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was we talking about as far as if you enter, for those who just joined in, if you in a relationship or you're not in a relationship or you're co-parenting, you don't have to argue with your partner. When you co-parenting, you don't even have to be with that person. You still a partner because you're co-parenting. So you got to be on the same.
It's a
team.
lifelong
It has to
thing.
be on the same team, but it's you can get your point across. So that was the post I made earlier. This is my partner. This is my husband.
Yes.
I would never raise my voice to this man. Like, I mean,
And vice versa. Vice versa.
Like it just don't make no sense. Like,
Right.
we live here together. We got to see each other every day, all day.
Yeah.
Why are we yelling and hollering at each other?
Right.
Like that part just don't make no sense. You don't have to agree with everything. He don't have to agree with everything that I say, and I don't have to agree with everything he say. So we can communicate. We can talk.
Yes.
We don't have to yell. Like, we don't have to. I feel like when you arguing and you hollering and you just, I feel like it's a form of disrespect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
It's
It really is.
disrespectful.
It is.
It's like, why are you yelling at me? I feel like that is so totally disrespectful to yell at your partner if you communicate and y'all live together. It's pure disrespect to me. I mean, we can talk it out. We ain't gonna always be on the same page.
Right.
We don't have to come to say we gonna agree. We
Yeah.
don't have to agree. But we
Agree to
gonna
disagree.
talk.
Right.
We gonna talk it out, and we can end it.
Yeah.
That's your opinion, and that's mine. But
Right.
we don't have to get out, especially me. I don't like that buff energy.
Yeah.
He's 6'4". I don't look like that. It takes the lady out of me, like
Yeah, I'm
to try to
6'4".
do all that.
Right.
It would take literally take the lady out of me. I feel
Right.
good being a lady and being like just
Submissive,
calm and
so to
submissive
speak.
and meek. I love that feeling. My energy feel good. I
yeah.
don't have that masculine.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
oh no.
I tell you what, though, I
That's
tell you-
not- ain't
it's
nothing
too
like
much.
about a lady about that.
It take too much, and it's not.
It does.
And it's for me. I love that feeling of just being a lady. I
Mm-hmm.
love to feel like a
Hey,
lady.
Kimberly,
like,
man, hey.
It feels real good.
Hey.
It feels real good to just be a lady.
We're going to say, hey, Kimberly, man, you pain. We want to say, Bonnie, what's going on, Bonnie? And Sharon Campbell, what's up with you? She said it hurts to hear the truth. They need to know how to handle the truth. That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it people. I think she relayed because that message, that comment was up there for a little minute. So I think she's saying the part where people bumping heads and not willing to listen.
Yeah.
Not willing to take constructive criticism. You got to hear the truth in order to move forward.
Right. Yeah.
And with what you were saying, it plays a very important part because no one's gonna get ahead, no one's gonna get anywhere without adding that to the substance of the whole thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I mean, it goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. People. In my case, what I feel, man, you will get so far ahead, man, if you just listen to this person.
Yeah.
You and vice versa, they listen to you, and you do things on a calm manner without yelling and screaming. You'll get so much further in your relationship than you've ever gotten before because it's all about patience. It's all about teamwork. It's all about growth. It's all about all those components that will make a team work, man.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to listen and understand and be able to also be able to convey your message without yelling and screaming at the top of your lungs. and having that white stuff on the side of your mouth. You can't do it because you're going to go crazy. You can't do it. You can't. Yes, I believe that.
If me and Gabe get into it, not like, because he's never ever, and thank God that he's never ever like called me out my name or like put his hand on me. That's just one thing. I'm grateful for that, because there's a lot of men that will. But if I say something that Gabe don't like, and you know how a lot of women like that, little bit, they do that nagging, because all women do that.
Right.
He'll pick up his keys and he'll leave, and I'll be like, where you think you're going? He'll be like, he'll be gone, take a ride, because you know what? That stops a lot from going on too. Somebody got to stop at a certain point and just stop talking, just listen, because women can get agitated real quick.
Right.
And I don't like that feeling, because I feel bad afterwards. And you know, a lot of times that'd be like you done got convicted. And, you know, and I'll go back and apologize, because I don't want, like it says, we are not supposed to let the sun go down being angry if we go to sleep.
Right.
Because the one of us, we wake up and then the other one's not here the next day, you're going to feel really bad about that. So I'm just grateful for that. And, you know.
There's a lot of people dropping too.
It is.
A lot of people dropping.
A lot of people. And it's sad that these young, I'm going to tell you another thing that I don't like, not trying to change the subject, but I cannot stand to see these young guys and young ladies with their pants hanging off.
You can't stand that? You can't.
That's so disrespectful to the world.
Right.
You know, don't nobody want to see that.
Right.
But they walk, and I mean, what is with these young ladies walking around like that? I don't get it.
It's becoming a norm for them. You know, like they think that that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you know, if something if you see something every day, you start thinking that's normal. Like I don't mean to bring up the orange guy name, but he's starting to do so much stuff. You starting to think his line.
Yeah.
Constantly lying. It's like you starting to think it's normal. Now you think it's okay to lie.
Yeah.
So it's becoming normalized. That's all it is.
It don't make sense. So,
but you know, as you know what we do though, you know, like things go around in a circle. So it'll come back around some new thing where we straightening up our pants and you know, wearing suits and you know what I'm saying? But I already do that though.
So another thing that I want to talk about
What up, babe?
is still on the same page as far as relationship. I think men and women,
right,
they self-sabotage themselves as far as being in relationships. Like, as far as like, let me go from a woman thing, because I'm guilty of this too. And like a woman, I think we talked about this in the past, but we're going to talk about relationship and some of the things that women do that, and I think I brought it up too. I'm going to bring this another part up about me and you. So a lot of women, we think because if we think it's true. So when we dating a guy and we just met him, I love bringing this up, and I know, but we just met a guy and we talking on the phone. We done went out on a couple dates, and guess what?
That's my boyfriend.
In our mind,
that's my boyfriend.
Yeah, right there. And then in our mind, we think he's our man.
Yeah.
Because we'd been talking to him. We went on a date, and now he's our man. So now he don't call me for 2 days, and now I'm mad because he been calling me and went on a date. And now he haven't called me in 2 days. So now I'm mad because he ain't called me in 2 days.
Right.
And then now I'm calling him. Or if he do finally call, I'm saying,
he better get chewed out.
why you ain't call me?
Right.
You ain't call me in 2 days.
Right.
Who you been with? You know, like that
I've been
runs
at
men
work.
away. He's not your man, ladies. I say this all the time.
Right.
Like when you're dating women. You have to stop assuming that he's your man because he been taking you out on dates. Y'all have not sat down at that table. Y'all have not sat down and communicate and talk to each other and said, we're gonna cut ties with everybody else.
Right.
Now it's just gonna be us.
Right.
Until that conversation come up, that's not your man. Us women just assume that's our man. We gotta stop. And I'm guilty of it too. We have to stop thinking That's
Right.
our, we in a relationship because we've been on dates with them. We've been talking on the phone, all happy, telling our girlfriends but ain't you ain't sat down. He ain't sat down. He had not once told you he was your man.
Not
But
one
guys
y'all
time.
think
in a
like that too,
relationship.
though. Guys think
Guys
like
do
that
it too.
too.
Guys do it. Yeah, but because I had that happen too. That I was, I was dating. I was dating somebody and they thought they was my man. Like, I ain't never told you was my man. So you right. Guys do it too. Like, no, we're not together. We are not in a relationship together.
Right,
so
right.
you're right. Men do it too, but more women do it than men. I'm going to say that now because the men,
They play games.
they're not gonna, think that. They gonna be like, I ain't never told you I was your man. But us women, we gotta stop thinking because we go on dates and we talk to them, but you have to have that sit down, heart to heart talk, and
And that's the
that's
problem.
and say
That's the
what-
problem because
but
a lot of people.
it's no communication.
Lot
You
of-
just
lot-
assume.
A lot of people, what they do. I'm sorry for cutting you off, babe. But what they do is they jump 20 steps ahead too fast. Instead of getting to know that person, getting to know what you like, what's your mama name, where you go to school at, what was your maiden, all that type, anything you can think of. But what they rather do, they see him at the club, and we know something that happened. They see him at the club, and they think later on that night they're supposed to get in the bed with him.
Ooh.
Remember that? Remember who? But we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, hold up, I ain't even, what? You don't even know me. And then the next thing you know, you look on Facebook and such married with such and such. Like, what? It's crazy, man. So you need to take the time. If you just stop and take the time to get to know this young lady, you might find out that you really might not like this motherfucker. Like, oh, hold up. You don't even align with my motherfucking alignments. Woo! So it's like, nah, I don't even. So you need to take the time to get to know this person. Because this is one thing that I tell my son. You're not, in order for you to be with this woman, like you want to be with this, you have to really be with them for a minute to really get to know this person, man.
Yeah.
And then you have to take it a step further. You have to live with this person to really, really know if you gonna like all the snoring that this dude doing, or she don't like to clean up as much, or whatever. She don't cook. You never
Right,
know what's
that
going
part.
on. So take the time to get to know the other person, and you get further ahead. Trust me.
Well, I know, like when me and Gabe got together, and I'm gonna keep talking about him because that's who I know. Like, when me and him got together, he told me, he said, I'm gonna tell you now, I might wake you up a couple of times in the night with my snoring. I was just like, okay.
Oh, you was snoring?
Him.
Oh, what happened?
He was snoring like a lion or something.
Wow.
He was like, wow. I was just like, what the heck? But I was like, okay, yeah.
Not to cut you off, but let me tell you, you can tell when you like a person. This is when you know you like a guy. Because if he's snoring, you would just lay there and be like, oh.
It sounds so good.
No, I was not like that.
You be like, oh, but once you get in that relationship and you start, you be like,
Right.
turn off.
Hey, get on, sleep on your stomach, nigga. What the hell? Damn, come on, bro.
You gonna have to do something with all that snoring.
Right.
Nah, but you know what though? If you can deal with like the little things that they do, because me and him been together for over 20 years, so it's just like, you know what? We here. I'm not trying to start off no fresh relationship because why do I want to go through all that? No.
Oh, my God.
You got to get to know this person. Then that person may not even be who
Oh,
God.
my God.
I'm gonna tell you how I know the man Gabe was meant to be because he found me. I was on the verge of trying to kill myself,
Oh.
And this is real life, so
Right,
this is
right,
not
right.
some TV action though. I wanted to kill myself because I was in a whole nother city that I didn't know nobody, didn't have no family members or none of that. And I just got fed up one day and I called the pastor because I wanted to talk to him about what I was going through. He didn't have the time. And
He ain't
was
had
just
time?
like, he didn't have time to talk to me. And I was just like, okay. So I said, I'm going to go and I'm going to kill myself today. I went and I bought me some screwdriver. I bought me a pack of cigarettes. I said, I'm going to go to this bar where all the dope dealers be hanging out at.
So you saw me screwdriver, the yellow
I'm
drink.
talking about the drink, screwdriver.
Screwdriver, yeah.
Yeah. And I bought me a pint of screwdriver.
Right.
I drunk that down. I
Straight?
opened up, I drunk it down because I was very depressed.
Right.
You know, because I was going through a strange matter in my life at that time, and I ain't have nobody, and I wanted to really kill myself this particular day.
Right.
I turned my phone off. I didn't want nobody to even reach me or nothing. So what I did was I went to that bar where I know all the dope dealers be hanging out at. So, you know, our plans is not God plans, right?
Right.
So I sat there, and this is what was so strange to me. The bartender, she was like, "Oh, honey, whatever you're going through, don't worry about it. God, it's always somebody better for you." I was just like, "How did she know I'm talking about?" And then the DJ, he kept bringing me drinks and stuff. But I was just sitting and waiting because I was just gonna do whatever drug I could do to just try to kill myself.
Right.
And lo and behold, this dude, Gabe, he found me because I hid my car.
Was y'all already talking, or he just?
We was like more or less into the music thing then.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like he was like a music producer back then, and I was just trying to like get ahead. But I was still depressed, and nobody even knew what I was going through because I didn't want to call my family members, and it was just a long story.
Right.
And so he found me. I don't know how he found me.
God.
But God was just not trying to have. I mean, it was not one dope dealer came through that door. Right. But when Gabe said, "Come on outside, whatever you're thinking about doing, just don't do it. Come on, just ride with me."
Right.
And I said, "All right."
So you knew she was about to do something crazy.
I don't know how he knew, but he knew. It was nobody but God. That's all I can say.
He
And
must have saw it in your eyes or something.
he hadn't even seen me that whole day.
I mean, like when he saw you right there, he must have
No,
saw.
he didn't see me. He called me on the
Oh,
phone.
called you.
He found He found my car in the parking lot because I didn't want nobody to find me. When he called me, because I had my phone turned off and I had all these missed calls from him. And then when I was about to turn off, it rang again. And I was like, "Let me just go and answer the phone." And he was just like, "Whatever you about to do, just don't do it. Just come outside and just ride with me." And I
Very
was just
interesting.
like, all right. And when I left out, when I was leaving, here come all the dope dealers.
Oh,
They
that's
started
crazy.
coming in and stuff. I was just like, "What the heck?"
God
I
kept him out. He
to turn
kept him
back
out of there.
around, but I said no, because I know he would have came in and got me.
Right.
So I just went on the road with him, and he was just like, "Just don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right, you know." And I mean, I was so, when I tell you, I was so depressed. I was so ready to kill myself that day. But it had not been for God stepping in what he did through Gabe to save me, I probably wouldn't even be here right now today.
Thank God.
So
God.
that's why I
God
said
is so
God
faithful.
brought Gabe in my life,
Yeah.
not just for a season, not just for a reason, but he is my soulmate. And I don't care what nobody say, that's my soulmate right there. And I believe it in my heart.
Right.
So it's always, God will always have a ram in the bush for you. He'll always have somebody. Just
Yeah.
like you and Andrea got together because God knew this was your time for y'all to be together.
Yeah.
That's why life
It really
is,
was,
life is not really simple as people say. Life is so simple. No, it's not.
Life ain't
Because
simple.
you go
Ooh.
through a whole lot of trials and tribulations before you get to that person that God has for you.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that for us.
Yeah,
sharing
thank
you,
sharing
thank
that.
you,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Because that
I
was
never knew
something
that.
we was gonna get on too, that we was talking about too, as far as depression. Because people don't understand like depression is real.
It is.
And a lot of people ashamed to say they depressed. And like they really ashamed to say they depressed. I know I said before in 2019, I went through a bad depression. And that was my first time ever feeling the depression. I never understood what depression was until 2019. I always never understand why people say they're depressed
Yeah.
until I experienced it myself in 2019. And I mean, you know, it was a lot happening in 2019.
Yeah.
And I fell into a very deep depression in 2019. You know, the passing of my mother, and I was going through, you know, marital problems and getting divorced, and just a whole lot of stuff was just, you know, so, and I fell into the deep, especially after my mom passed away. I was like, I lost it. Like, you know, when you lose your mom, that's a different, it's hard.
it is.
So I'm depressed. Like, I didn't even know I was depressed, but then, I felt it. It was like, this how people feel when they depressed.
Right.
Like, I'm depressed. So I found myself doing that. And then I found myself, you know, last year, kind of like feeling like that. Like 'cause sometimes people can cover up,
Right.
cover up depression with smiles and so last year I found myself falling into it somewhat. I had a very close cousin, like slash sister, pass away in June of last year. Then 2 months later, my dad passed away.
Right.
So I found myself slipping into a depression again. But that time I prayed my way. Like this is not. I can't go through a depression again. So it was like I was falling, but God got me this time. He didn't let me go into that sunken hole like I did in 2019, because my depression, I think, is because, with death. And these is close death. You have people who pass away and you be hurt by it, whatever, but you lose a cousin, like a sister, and then 2 months later, you lose your dad when you and your daddy was tight. You and your dad was real tight. And losing my dad, 2 months after that, even though I can be around people and I'm smiling, whatever, but deep down, it was hurting. I was like, I was finding myself going into another depression, and then I caught it and I prayed my way out of it, because I knew from the 2019 experience depression, the first time I ever felt like I was depressed.
Yeah.
And so depression is real. A lot of people need to just talk it out, pray it out. Say let it out. Don't be ashamed of it, because everybody go through life issues. Everybody go through a lot. People get to be depressed
That's
over
real.
different things. Not people get depressed over financial issues. People get depressed over relationships, breakups. People get depressed over a lot of things, and it's okay if you do. But just don't stay there. Don't stay into that deep depression. Don't talk it out with somebody.
you
Let
got
somebody
to.
know what
You got
you're
to.
going through. It's okay. You can tell somebody, I ain't been myself lately. I'm feeling down.
Yeah.
This is bothering me. But a lot of people love to be so private. That's the part that, people, they love to be private. That private stuff and balling it up in, that's going to eat you away.
It's gonna bust. It's gonna bust one day.
It going to eat you away. That's why I am so...
Depression is real.
It is.
Valerie says.
That's why I'm always talking about things in life, and people, I'm TMI. I tell too much information about my life. I don't let that ball up in me.
Right.
I don't let it. And a lot of people don't like to, they want to always, talk about the ups, but they don't want to talk about the downs,
Right.
Hey,
even,
Tracy, what's
like
going on?
this year, things been happening to me this year, and I'm gonna have a testimony to let y'all know and hear, I ain't ready to share, but I'm gonna have a testimony.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have a testimony. But a lot of people don't like to talk about it. They ashamed to say they depressed.
Yeah.
They ashamed to say they depressed. They don't want nobody to know nothing. They private. They this. That's why they stay in. I learned that's why you stay into them depression.
I was gonna say
because
that's
you
why,
don't like to talk it out.
Yeah, if you don't talk, nobody can help you, man.
Right.
Nobody.
Depression will kill you.
It
I'm
will.
telling you,
People
it is.
hold on to that
They
stuff
do.
because they private. They be ashamed. No, don't be ashamed.
But you know why though? Because people feel like, and people do this too. And I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No, you're
apologize. People will take what you say to them and throw it up in your face. That's be a lot of people's problem. Like they don't want to tell somebody because they feel like, well, that person might use that against me. Because I've had that happen to me a lot of times, and I don't like it. But a lot of times I just say, you know what, the devil can't hold me down. Because, and I'm not trying to get spiritual on y'all or anything. Because
No,
that's
do
just
your
who
thing.
I
Do your
am.
thing.
You
But
can.
a lot of times the enemy will take the very person that you would not believe, and that person will try to be so judgmental against you. And you wasn't depressed, you lying, you wasn't this and that, and that. But let me tell you something: don't judge people unless you're ready to be judged.
Exactly.
Because you cannot.
Real. That's
I
real.
can't tell this young lady that she wasn't depressed because I don't know. I'm not there with her. I wasn't there with her. I meant to say, and whatever she was going through that first time, it taught her this time, like, I cannot let this hold me back like this because it might take me out of here. If you hold depression in, like she was saying, it will kill you because that stress of it right
That
there
stress.
give you a heart attack or something.
And
so please, people, please, if you're depressed about the least little thing, talk to somebody about it, like she was saying. I don't care if you have to go to a stranger, because sometimes you can get the better answer from a stranger than you can your own people.
Yeah, because they're gonna give you the cold hard truth, something that you really need to hear. And I got one thing to say. Check this out. Yeah, as we were saying before that slick ride rolled through, man, depression is 100% real, man.
Yes.
It's real, and if you let it get congested up inside of your system, it will stress you out. And you know what stress does? Stress don't play. It comes to slay, and it will get you.
Yes.
What's up, Keisha Nichols? Said, well said, 100. Tracy Carr, what up, sis? What up, sis? She said, older couples. She went back. She said, older couples don't always talk to each other. And that's true. I think a lot of, like when it comes to, we ain't gonna get, we're gonna say with the depression thing, gonna move forward. But with that being said, I think when, when it comes to, I think people like get stuck in their ways. They get set in their ways. They don't want to change. So they like, I don't even want to.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk to you. I don't even want to talk to her about it. I don't even want to say nothing. So they just let it stay there. They stay stagnant in that position. So rather than talking and trying to, get to know this person or get to the bottom of the matter, they'd rather say, you know what, I'll just go and sleep on the couch tonight. I ain't got to hear Bethel's mouth. I don't even want to hear Ethel's mouth. She's talking too much anyways.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, but it's real, man. It's real. It's real out here, man. It's real. It's real. But yeah, we gonna what's the next subject you want to talk about, babe? Because I know you got it going on. Yes. Not only do you have it going on, but you have it going on.
I want to say happy birthday to my mother.
Yes,
in heaven.
it's
Happy
Mom's-
birthday to my mother.
Yes, my beautiful mom's birthday.
Yes.
She's the beautiful. She was a beautiful lady.
Yes, she was.
Very nice, man. I'm so glad that I got to know my mom, because there's a lot of people in this world that really don't. And since I've been working for the public schools, driving the bus and everything, I did not know. I ain't gonna get deep into it, but it's a lot of homeless children out there.
It is.
And I did not know that. So it makes you be mindful of like them acting up or acting out a certain way because they don't have the parenting that. So they looking for love, looking for some feedback, something positive in their life. And as much as I'm driving, I'm like, oh my God, all these kids. You have to take that into heavy consideration, man. That it's a lot of children as well as families out there that are homeless.
Yeah.
So that's just something to think about, man. Yeah, something to think about. What was you about to say, babe?
Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I want to talk about ways as people as far as like you got to create a lifestyle for yourself. I used to use that like on my like when I make a post, and I always be like, you have to create a lifestyle for yourself. Meaning creating a lifestyle for yourself is you set out things, as far as your life and, as far as evolving, like, at our age at 50, 52, 53, I just feel like we just got to keep evolving, even with our podcast, coming up with, getting prepared to do the cooking with the Jordans coming up next.
Yeah.
Just doing something to keep evolving,
keep that
keep
fire
it going
popping.
to
Keep
create
your life.
a lifestyle for
Yeah.
yourself. Like just to keep evolving in something, doing something different, and just create some type of lifestyle for yourself. And we here on this earth, to enjoy this life, get creative with things to do. I love doing things. I love coming up with ideas. Just like before we came on, I ran down everything that I want we about to start doing, and I want to do a lot of things as far as like family things, just do, you got to create a lifestyle for yourself.
I'm gonna tell you.
Like a lot of people, like some people, I see a lot of people, they hang out, they go to bars all the time and they enjoy that. And you'll have a lot of people like they go out to more. That's their lifestyle. That's what they like to do. So if that's fulfilling for them and that's enjoyment for them, let them people be. A lot of people always be like, everybody always going out. They hang in clubs. They hang in them bars and they do this and
Maybe
they
there's
do
something
that.
they like to do. Maybe it's something to keep their flame going.
Yeah, that's something for them. That makes them happy, and so I say you got to create a lifestyle for yourself. One thing about me, I'm not a judgmental person. I be so focused on my life.
Exactly.
And my family life.
Yeah.
I don't care about nobody else's life, what they doing. It don't bother me. I don't be judgmental and be like, this person doing that and they
doing
shouldn't
too much,
be doing
man.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
Yeah. Let them
I
do their
let
thing.
people live. I let people be who they are. I can't say have an opinion on how somebody else living their life. Like that's just crazy to me. Like it literally is. It's, for me to get upset over another person enjoying their life, that's the craziest, craziest to me. Like, I just don't get it. And I hear people do that. I hear people like, such and such do this and they do that. I don't have that in me. Like, my spirit, my energy don't have it in me to judge somebody else's life and really get upset because another human being is enjoying their life the way they want to enjoy their life. Like, that is like crazy to me. But I be hearing people saying that and just, and they be upset.
And they be going hard with it too.
And they be really
be
upset
serious.
over
Because they can't have the fun that they're having.
Yeah.
And even if they can't
Or the
have
success.
like they just feel like that's something they don't like to do, so they feel like this person shouldn't be doing. You don't like to do it.
It's
So
crazy.
why is it a problem? Let
Crazy.
people live. Let people enjoy life. Life is to be lived the way you want it. Whatever makes you happy. I'm a strong believer in there. Do whatever makes you happy.
Do whatever
makes you happy. Like when my kids was growing up, I wasn't even a strict parent. I let my kids do what make them happy. I wasn't gonna let them do something that was gonna harm themselves or stuff like that and that nature or whatever. But I really let my kids be who they are.
Yeah.
I let them. I didn't put no strict rules on my kids. Oh, you better go to college and you gonna do this and you gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't put all
Easy
that
way
on
to
my
lose 'em.
kids. I
Easy
did
way to
not
lose
put that on my children. I mean, a lot of people, they put a lot of pressure on another human being.
Yeah,
Even though
they
those
do.
your children, it's that pressure. And then when you do that, then your children resent you.
Yeah.
Because you pressuring them. Sometimes you just gotta let, kids and let people be who they are.
You gotta let it blossom like a flower, man. You gotta let it bloom. Gabriel Subaru says he said that's so true. Create a lifestyle for yourself and your family. As you keep evolving and growing, you won't have time for nonsense to disrupt your lifestyle. Exactly.
Right.
But let me tell you one thing. If I'm not doing something productive, I promise you, man, I'm gonna get depressed. Like if I ain't doing something with the podcast, doing something with the splash, doing something with something, I'll make a banner for somebody or something. I would go crazy. I'd be like, damn, like it ain't nothing to do. Like, what is it to do?
Right.
I get depressed. So I'm always, if you could ask my wife right now, what you doing, babe? And working on this next episode for the.
Right.
I be doing all the time. I will get depressed if I'm not doing something productive, man. I promise you. I don't care if I get too depressed. I be like, hey, you got any extra work I could do at the job? I'll do a route or two at the job, but they know I'm lying. They know I'm lying. I will not go to work. No, I'm not going to do no extra route.
They say that the idle mind is the devil's playground. He have you thinking all crazy and everything.
Right.
So you gotta be careful, like, cause the mind play tricks on you. So you got to. I'm always gone doing something. He be saying, "Why you always she always gone." I don't that I be always gone. It's just that I go somewhere and I probably be there for a little bit, for a while.
Keep your mind occupied. Yeah.
You got to. I love to sing. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go do something productive and sing. Studio, something. Let me go do something. Like, I can't just sit here in the house and watch TV all day. That's crazy. But Gabe can sit there for hours and watch TV and play that game. He probably playing the game right now.
I can watch TV all day for real. But you know what surprised me? I'm gonna tell you what surprised me.
What?
I'm gonna say what surprised me. Now, everybody know when my baby on these podcasts or whatever, she don't look at TV at all. She'll be home in the house on silent. Man, this whole week she was watching a movie.
What?
Movies all day because she was chilling at home. She didn't mess with work, but she was chilling. I was in here working on the podcast and doing this and that, trying to make new commercials, all this type of promo. And I'm looking over like, that was a good movie, babe. You should have watched it. I'm like, what? You watched the movie? Hold up. What did you drinking? Some screwdriver or something? I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, she is actually watching some movies.
This week, I was like, and I don't like, I can sit in here seriously and meditate all day. Yeah. Like, you would think I'm crazy.
Nothing.
With nothing. Like, I meditate and pray and like, you can do that all day.
That's cool, though.
Long.
That's cool.
Like, literally, like, people would probably think I'm a crazy person, but y'all, I am not crazy. But a person would probably think but I like to get in tune with my thought process. I like to get in tune. I know how to turn things down. I know how to control my mind, my thought process, and meditate. And it feel good. A lot of people don't know how to meditate. They say they meditate, but they honestly don't, because this is over the years. This is something I had taught myself over the years to do. That's why a lot of people always be like, I know I am. I'm a very calm person. I'm very calm. Nothing really bothered me because my mindset, my thought process, and I literally can sit in a house. I ain't got to have no music playing.
Right.
I ain't got to have that TV on. And I could turn my phone down on silent. My phone don't ring that, but it can ring. But the majority of the time, I got it on silent.
On silent.
Because I like the silence. The silence, and I like to bring in good energy. Good energy into my soul, into my spirit. And that's what, and when I went home, it's a sanctuary to me.
Get in tune with yourself.
And I love that. So when I go out to the outside world and I have to be among people, I know how to accept people for who they are. I don't let what other people do bother me because I'm so in tune with myself, with my energy, with my spirit.
Right.
I'm good. So that's why, sometimes I don't like listening to TV, because sometimes on TV, it can get you worked up.
Yeah.
It can honestly get you worked up.
Bad vibes.
And then music too. I love music too. I love music, but I don't have to hear it all day. I don't have to, some people either listen to music or they're watching TV.
Oh yeah.
I can sit here all day and don't have to listen to nothing but my thought process and just go into prayer. And, God say pray without ceasing. I can do that. I literally can do that, and I have my moments. So, but
sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. To get back on that subject, I was all this week. I literally laid on that couch and I was watching my little movies. I was watching movies, like Lifetime movies and everything. And I was all into it. And he was shocked. Because I never used to watch TV, but over the years, I didn't stop weaning myself out from it. But I do watch it, but I can be in here a whole week and ain't tell you I ain't turned the TV on.
Right.
I ain't turned the TV on.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, I can tell you that. But this week, I literally laid on that couch.
I said, let me just try.
Yeah, because
Right.
I ain't worked in like 2 weeks. I worked 2 days and 2 weeks. So I had a lot of time on my hands to really, sit here and, and I just said, let me just watch some TV. He doing his thing. I don't bother him.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all you need, though. Sometimes that's all you need to bring a peace of mind to yourself, man. And this is basically what the whole topic was today. Just talking about, bits and pieces of natural life and real life, man. We want to touch in on, a little something from here, a little bit from there, and give you some realness, man. You see my sister went there, gave a little part of stuff that I don't think very many people knew about that. She might have did some testimonies in church and, spoke on that situation. But I'm her little brother. I'm 53 years old, and I never knew that. So that was very interesting to hear that. But I just want to say, man, we wanted to make this podcast, a little short something. And we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. And as you can see, We have the fan base shirts on us. So if you want to get into that, go into fan base and see what's going on that side of the nature, man. But anyway, we up in the building. You know, of course, it's the Dream Team, me and my beautiful wife. And today we have our guest, my sister.
Faith to Faith in the house.
Faith to Faith is in the house.
Hey, before you,
What you about to say?
you already know. Don't act like you don't know me. I've been around for 3 years now.
I know what she's about to say.
So gonna do it.
What's that? What's that? Say a prayer.
No.
This is what she want me to do. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, no, one more, because look, you wanted to sing this at the Longhorn restaurant.
What?
Oh no, but I don't really know that song. I just know a little bit of it.
You wanted to sing it back when we was at Longhorn, and there people were singing, and you wanted to join in. So go ahead, there's your
It's
time.
a little bit.
The
Just a
angels
little bit.
in heaven and call my name. Was it that one?
No, it was I shall wear a crown. I don't really know this. I shall wear a crown when it's all over. That's all I know. That's all I know,
okay.
because I really don't know that song like that. but
Okay.
They were singing though. They
They
were
was
singing.
getting
They
down
was getting
singing.
busy.
Yes, they
was
were.
getting busy.
Yes, well, that is what is up today. We want to
Tico.
thank everybody for tuning in today, man. We had a good time.
Tico.
Yes, ma'am.
Sing that one little part for me.
What's that?
On the Luther Vandross.
What's
That one little part that he sang when he come in.
If this world were mine, I would. It's time to go. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all next
This
week,
world was mine.
and we are out of here. Peace.
Say hood.
You know I had to tap in. Ain't got no time, my mind consumed by all this fucking rapping. They wanna tell me I can't do it, want me fucking trapped in. They say it's love, but it's all hate. What's the point in capping? Fuck the hate, I bust the cap in. I say fuck the hate, you know we ball. Now I'ma pick up my call. Turn my cup to drink.